Hey everyone, it's Bergeron and I'm going to talk about sketchbooks today. So do you have a sketchbook? Have you ever wondered about what it is that artists put into sketchbooks? Let me help you clear some of that up. So I have lots of different sketchbooks that I use, and sketchbooks sometimes last me for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, sometimes even a couple of years. This one I've had going on since 2012, 29th of January 2012. But this one is in conjunction with some other ones. This one is one that I just keep in the studio. It doesn't tour around with me. It goes sometimes some places with me, but more to make notes than anything else. You'll see in here, there's lots of times where I am just doing quick little studies, or I'm just practicing hatching, cross hatching, whatever it might be. Maybe I'm looking at architecture, trying to figure out how it is that I can make that architecture. Sometimes I just do, some craziness like this. Other times I'm actually writing out about what it is that I need to do or how it is I need to do things. I do a lot of writing in my sketchbooks. Sometimes I do a lot of things where I'm organizing stuff. I'm figuring out how things are going to be laid out. Again, more architecture. Sometimes it becomes very autobiographical, and I can look back at it and go, oh, that's what I was thinking about in 2012, all right? Typically, what a sketchbook does for an artist is it helps organize them. It helps keep them going in a specific direction at a specific point in time. It also helps you sort of organize what it is that you're going to do. Oh, here's a note. I'm not going to do these things. I am going to do these things. This is what this is going to look like, all right? Other times I'll do a doodle someplace and I'll want to keep it. I'll just cut that doodle out and I'll glue it into my sketchbook, all right? More things where I'm measuring things and figuring out how high things are going to be. Sometimes it's just a piece of craziness like this. It's a bunch of random things joined together. Sometimes it's working in some cubism or looking at buildings. Sometimes you just want to draw. Sometimes you just want to draw a thing. But the thing about a sketchbook is it keeps it all together in one place, all right? It keeps it all so that when you're making a visual notation of something, you can come back at a later date and look at it. Now, one of the things that these two drawings don't have, that I normally have on things, is a date. Like right here, you'll see there's a date. Almost every page has a date or a couple of dates on it, all right? You'll see that all the time I'm dating things. I want to know when it is I was doing that and how it is I was thinking about that thing. And why was it I was thinking about that particular thing on that particular day? Here's some calculations that I did. Other things where I'm writing out about different things. The Fibonacci constant, the Fibonacci sequence, Leonardo da Vinci. Here's some sketches I did of Donald Trump. Yes, you need to have a sketchbook. Every artist does. It is almost like our diary of what it is that we're doing as an artist. Think of it as a journal or a diary. It helps keep you organized, all right? Lots of different sizes and shapes. This is a fairly big one, 8.5 by 11. Here's another one that's small, 3.5 by 5. This one is watercolor paper, and each one of these is a little drawing that I've done, and then I've painted it. I shouldn't say I've painted all of them. I've painted many of them. And again, I'm just painting this on site just to give myself some notation about the colors that might have been there or why it is that those things look the way that they did, all right? Here's one that's just a drawing. No paint or color on it at all. What these things do is they help us get organized. They help us figure out what it is that we're going to do for larger works of art. Sometimes it helps us figure out, I suck at chickens. If I want to draw chickens, I need to draw more chickens. I don't want to draw more chickens. It's not really a favorite subject of mine. My favorite subject is architecture. Here's another drawing of some more architecture. Some more architecture in downtown Coburg. More architecture in a church in Coburg. But what all of these little drawings do is they build up a visual reference and they let you know when it was you were doing stuff. Most of these aren't dated here, but you'll see up here I've dated the back of all these ones. All right, so that's another little sketchbook. This is watercolor paper that I draw on. And if you've watched my videos, you know I draw on watercolor paper very often. This is a very similar book, very similar type of watercolor paper, but empty, just has a couple of pages in the front of it. This is another smaller sketchbook. This one's been around quite often. This one here was in use at the same time that the larger one was. This one just traveled around with me. This one went to London, England, and been to Algonquin Park, been to school many times with me, been to Jasper, you know. Here's some sketches that I did while I was in Jasper near Lake Athabasca, or near the Athabasca River. This one was some of the mountains, other stuff that I seen while I was there. Again, it's all just a visual reference. And so what this does is it helps you get organized. Sometimes I write down where the pictures are that I've done with these. You'll see here, Toronto Zoo, wolves howling, 30th of January, 2016. Toronto Zoo, 30th of January, 2016. This is when the pandas were there. All of these little, you know, this is some farmland, some more notes, more notes. So it becomes very autobiographical for an artist, all right? Lots of times I will do a sketch like this and then I'll do larger works of art from it. But the sketchbook helps me figure out where things are and when I did them. So when I go looking for the pictures of this, I know, oh, I did this on the 5th of April, 2017. I can just go and look at my pictures on my computer from April 2017. I can find the photographs that I took when I did this sketch. So I have more visual reference to do further works from, all right? Your sketchbook is an integral part of being an artist. Yes, you need one. You need to have one with you most of the time, and you need to use it to practice in. You need to also use it to write down your thoughts, your feelings, and how it is that you think about art and things that you want to make in the future. All right? So I'm Rod Bergeron. Thanks for checking me out. If you learned anything from this video, please click like. If you subscribe, thanks a lot. If you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Come back again and see me next time. I hope if you have a question or a comment, you leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching.